head. I cannot get it out. Texas, Beyonce. What is the song called? This ain't Texas. Texas Hold'em. That's what it's called. That song is stuck. Stuck in my head. How y'all doing? Welcome back. It's been a good little minute, and I just wanted to. We gotta check in. We gotta check in. We gotta do an update. How y'all doing? How y'all living? How y'all feeling and breathing? Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. We could start with the Super Bowl. How about we do that, y'all? We could start with the Super Bowl. And we can go there, and I'm gonna make sure we're set up everywhere. All our friends from all over the world. What up? Get the YouTubers in here. We'll get the IGers in here. Who we missing? Let's go on over to the Book of Face. Get those people up in here too. Hold on. We're gonna make sure we gotta come in here as a family. Come in here as a family. Okay. I think we got everybody. I made sure everybody is locked and loaded. We're good. Welcome back. I feel like it's been forever since we've got on and talked and chatted, especially about the Pittsburgh Steelers. I've been a little busy. If you haven't been following, don't know, I did do the Pro Bowl. We had two guys. The Steelers had two guys there, Miles Killebrew and Minka Fitzpatrick. I actually did a nice conversation with Miles, and I think I posted it. And it should be on the YouTube. If it's not, then I will make sure. I don't think I posted the whole thing either. So I might post that whole thing soon. Didn't talk to Minka much at Pro Bowl. You know how Minka is. Or if you don't know how Minka is, Minka's really quiet, shy. He don't like to talk too much. But made up for it at the Super Bowl. He got the Bart Star Award, and he did a lot of talking. And I did put that out on YouTube. So if you want to see Minka Fitzpatrick's acceptance speech for the Bart Star, that's on the YouTube. It's posted. That's there. What else? I had a good time. If we want to talk about it, we can, but I'm not going to use this intro to talk about that. We got some people that want to get on here and talk. You know what? You know who I forgot to invite to the show, y'all? Dang. I forgot to invite my dude to the show. I'm gonna invite him because I feel bad if I don't invite this particular person. So if they can't come, and they can't come, but I like to send a personal invite. But yeah, what up, y'all?
What up?
Gang, gang.
What up,
Macon?
I did that wrong. What they did is right.
I heard them. I heard them.
I know your real name.
I heard them gang signs. You can't be throwing them up.
Yeah, I'm trying to say cool. They say this is hearts. I believe.
It's hearts.
Hearts like this.
Put your hearts up. I don't know if that's what that is. I'm gonna just do it like this. You ain't get me in no trouble. What's up, y'all? Man, we got a lot to talk about because there's a lot of chit chatter going around, but we're not going to get into the quarterback conversation. I know that's easy, right? We could talk about that all day. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna ask y'all how y'all felt about the Super Bowl. How y'all feel about that product?
It was a game.
We wasn't in it.
It pretty much came out like I thought it was going to come out. I mean, what happened the way that I, pretty much imagine as far as like the comeback story. It kind of been back and forth the whole time. But watching the game, I think it was pretty clear who was supposed to be the winner. I mean, you can look by, if you really want to get into it, I think it was a lot of the calls that was called. Met a lot of holding calls on the offensive line.
But what about the call in overtime? So I mean, it was a blatant holding, right? When that kept the San Francisco 49ers pretty much on the field because they was about to go. I don't know, was it 3 and out? They were about to get up out of there because they just could not get. They had no chemistry until they got that first down and that extra 5 yards from whatever that was. That holding call.
Was that one on Kittle? The one Kittle?
No, it was a holding call on the Chiefs.
No, I'm saying that Kittle took down, or was the
Oh
CMC?
yeah, I
Or the
don't
CMC
remember. I don't remember who it was
play?
on that side. But yeah, I just remembered the call. And I remember I was thinking like, dang, that they gonna do this in overtime. Like this is really how they gonna 3 and out on in overtime. Like you don't want to lose like this. And then they convert and they convert and they start driving down the field. And I was just like, wait a minute, they about to win this. And it ended up having to settle for the field goal, which gave Kansas City life. Yeah, but I don't know. You thought you I, I don't know. I was on edge for a little bit. I almost thought it was going to go into double overtime, to be honest with you.
Everybody was on edge. But I mean, like I said, I just know, just watching Mahomes, you don't want to give Mahomes the
Yeah,
ball with time
you
left
don't
on the
want to
clock.
give him the ball back.
Yeah, especially in overtime and stuff like that. Like he has since he's really been in the league, he had the ability to go down the field when he want to. You know what I'm saying? So it's just not a person you want to give the ball with time left on the clock. Y'all didn't only scored a field goal. It was pretty much written for him to go down the field and score a touchdown. So
how many points did I don't even remember how many points did the 49ers score in the second half?
I don't think they scored at all.
Yeah,
they had to.
Right? They scored the tie the game.
Like I know they got the field goal.
Yeah, because Kansas City went up and they had to score again, right? Or no, Kansas City just tied it. I can't remember. I can't remember. I'm sorry.
I can't remember either.
Yeah, I can look it up, but I cannot remember how many points they scored the second half.
I'm gonna keep it real, y'all, and then we can get back into the convo. But I just gotta say, I can't fake it no more. I'm disgusted by the Super Bowl. I ain't gonna front. Like, I don't know if it's just me getting older and I'm starting to see things I didn't see when I was a kid or a teen or early 20s or whatever. But yeah, that was probably the most narrative-based Super Bowl I ever seen in my life. Like, it was really off narratives. Like, the narrative was, what's her name?
Taylor Swift.
Kelsey and Taylor Swift. You feel me? They try to throw it in our face saying she was only on camera for 59 seconds. Yeah, but that 59 seconds was split like 1.5 seconds. You feel me? We've seen her a lot. You know what I mean? It's like, it was, to me, it was disgusting, man. I didn't feel like I was watching a game. I know I said it was just a game, but it felt like I was watching a
short film.
It's commercial. I ain't gonna
movie.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Ken. Like the NFL is all about narratives, and I don't disagree that it could seem overwhelming. And I was actually having this conversation with myself not too long ago, maybe like 30 minutes or so ago. I was like, dang, did the NFL do this with Sierra? I feel like they did, but it wasn't like this. Like when Russell Wilson and Sierra became a thing, they showed her like she's been a part of, but was it to this extreme? I don't think so.
Nah,
she was never on that level.
Yeah. Taylor is
I know she's not Taylor Swift, but I'm like, we do see Sierra when we see Russell Wilson a lot. Not every time, but I think they probably show her once a game on his games. Like, let's be honest, they probably be like, she's here, she's there in the box or whatever, his kid, something. I feel like they do show her.
That was like set up for Taylor, Travis. That was set up to test the narrative out. They said, oh yeah, we can work this. Let's do it with a bigger celebrity, with a bigger football player. You know what I mean? So
good.
Thank you, Jay, for that information. They did miss that extra point. I forgot about that. That is critical.
With the field goal, it was 12.
Mm-hmm. So that extra point,
overtime,
nasty work. But nevertheless, it was a defensive battle. So I think DBs, like that defensive guys, probably enjoyed it a little bit because they say defense wins championships, and the better defense, I guess, went out there.
I ain't gonna lie, KC corners was balling though. I ain't gonna hold you. Like they
you asked them DBs out there, they was like, this was the game of my life. Like, this is the best game ever. We went out there and we handled business. So shout out to the guys on defense. That was y'all show, and of course, look, they credit to Patrick Mahomes and Miko who got it done.
I feel like Kyle Shanahan, he wanted Brock to be the story of the Super Bowl for the 49ers.
Absolutely.
He took the game away from McCaffrey, he had it. Run that ball.
Yeah, one fumble. So what?
Yeah. Like he had that game, like run that ball at the end in case he doesn't come back. I feel like he tried to do what Big Hands tried to do for Russell.
But
what's that?
did Kyle not do this in Atlanta?
That's
Go away from what was working.
I don't think he know how to finish games, man. The games that matter. I think that's starting to be what we get to see. That's plain as day. Because if you go out, and I think the next order of business is to fire your DC.
That's what I want to talk about next.
Come on, B.
That's what I want to talk about next. For it to be something where you didn't run the ball with arguably one of the best running backs or the best running back in the league, and to fire your DC, this just proves to me that the things I be thinking and knowing about Kyle Shanahan are true. If you don't click with him, it's a done deal for you. It's a wrap.
Or if he fails, he'll just, Doc Rivers it, blame somebody.
But it gotta be more than that. It's not even just about him failing. It gotta be. It gotta be personal. It just feels personal. It feels personal. I feel like if we ain't getting along, you ain't listening to me. It is what it is.
That seems like how it go with a lot of players. A lot of players.
Under Kyle Shanahan.
I mean, yeah. Okay, we'll stay to the top with Kyle Shanahan. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep the narrative on Kyle.
Okay.
Because I'm writing the documentary Surviving Kyle Shanahan, and this chapter will be an interesting one. Yeah.
I ain't not surviving Kyle Shanahan.
Surviving Kyle Shanahan, yeah.
That sounds real perverted.
Look, he ain't as clean as people think. People see all these wins
during the regular season, winning seasons.
Mm-hmm. See all these
Mike Tomlin.
We ain't got these wins. He ain't got no championships. And who is to blame for his failures when he gets to the big game? Why can't he win the big game? Is it him?
They blame the DC every time.
You don't run out of people.
That's crazy.
Anyway, okay. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. Pittsburgh Steelers. We got the Super Bowl out the way, and shout out to Jay. Yes, I'm glad you enjoyed the Pro Bowl and Super Bowl content. I still got more stuff to deliver, so I tried to give y'all as much as I could as I was doing it. But Pittsburgh Steelers, we no longer have Mitchell Trubisky on the roster. Presley Harvin is off the roster. And Chuks Okorafor, he is no longer on the roster.
I'm gonna clap because the way he lost his job, I would have punched him in his mouth. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm glad he's off the team. Like you can't.
What did he do? I still don't have clarification of what he did.
You can't be a football player with a losing mentality.
Running that mouth.
What did he say?
You can't. They just wanted the team to pack it in. But it's like, bro, you need to get off the field. You need to get out those pads. You need to get off this jersey. You need to go back to wherever college you went to and see if you can get another year eligibility because they passing them around right now. So,
nobody's answering my question. What did he say?
I don't know what he said.
I'm about to say the only thing I heard.
If the coach gonna sit your ass down or you don't start again, it got to be something serious. And everyone.
So nobody knows.
So he was basically
only thing I heard him say was he was when he left, he was like, man, if I knew I was going to be like this, I would Or if I knew I was going to get released or treated like this, I
Or
would have
bench.
been,
Yeah.
yeah, or
That's
been,
only I heard him say that.
I would have signed with another team. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I heard him say
said
that, but that was before he got benched. Like he did something to get benched.
he
It was
was
That's what I
talking.
want to
He
know.
was talking. He was talking junk, and he was trying to tell. I don't know, one of even the coordinator. I know he didn't tell it to Tomlin, but it was said that he was just like, "Yo, why we don't just run the ball, or why don't we just pass the ball?" He was giving lackluster performance, which I always said that. You could trace me back to me saying Okafor is very lazy. He was sometime he play if things ain't going his way. You see him whiffing blocks, holding. He has nonchalant attitude, emotional,
Mm, okay.
emotional.
Yeah, I was just curious if anybody knew exactly what happened. Anybody had any inside information?
that's all. I think that's all we all heard what Dex said.
So I think everybody's happy about Mitch. I'm not gonna say that I'm happy, but
Nah,
I can
you
say
can
I
be
can
happy. You ain't gotta love me. You can be.
listen. I can say that the writing was on the wall with Mitch because if you listen to Art Rooney's conversation that he had, he was just like, yeah, he talked about Kenny, he talked highly about Mason and trying to get a deal with Mason, and then he was just like, yeah, we'll figure, Mitch, whatever. It was like, yeah, we'll deal with Mitch.
But
We'll do it.
I was surprised because it didn't seem like the writing was on the wall just based off of how they re-signed. They first gave him a 2-year contract, and after the first year, they gave him another 2-year extension. I'm like, what are you saying after this first year that will already first off will make you give him a 2-year deal? And then to extend him past that, like, and I think he was getting like $8 million a year, something like that,
Yeah.
8-9 something.
Some good
I
backup
think
money.
desperation.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, you not worth that. I mean, not to say, I'm not gonna say what anybody's worth, but as far as like being a backup,
I think desperation hit because they hadn't been in that position. We don't have our star quarterback. We got a rookie. You got a rookie coming in. Even they didn't even have the rookie. They didn't even have Kenny Pickett when they paid him, right? They didn't draft Kenny Pickett yet.
They signed him
I
before.
think it was like right before. It was either right before or right. No, it was right after. They had drafted Kenny Pickett and then they signed Trubisky after that.
Oh, did they? Okay, I can't the timeline. Because free agency starts in March and the draft is in April.
Yeah,
So I
they
couldn't
had signed him.
remember if they had Mitch already or not.
Yeah, they signed him right after they picked him up. Right after they drafted Kenny.
But anyway, I just feel like it's desperation. I really do. That was a desperation move. And you looked at the market at the time. You had a Jameis Winston. You had a Marcus Mariota. Like, who was available then that has been successful since then?
Jameis Winston.
Jameis, I mean, you can say
that's
that.
my guy.
Right.
He's been successful.
Yes, in I'm about to say St. Louis.
New Orleans.
In New Orleans. He had a string. They just don't like his personality. He's too funny.
How has he been successful in New Orleans?
Because he won. I mean, they didn't go to the playoffs. He's won games.
What games did he win?
He's won games. I can't call off the top, but he had a string of wins.
That last game.
I think they was a 7-win team this year. I don't think they did too much winning.
Thank you.
But he didn't
Derek
start.
Carr was hurt, but I don't feel like Jameis Winston got in there and did anything spectacular. Okay, yeah, I thought they did sign him before the draft. So Ken told me Ken came and said that they signed Trubisky before the draft. I thought it was because I remember all of them going to like Mitch because in April they all went. That's when the thing happened with Dwayne because they all went in Florida to Mitch's house. So that was in April.
Okay.
Was that before? That was in April. I'm trying to figure out, was that before they drafted Kenny or after they drafted Kenny?
I think it was before because I'm just trying to think of the content I was making, and I was kind of riding for Mitch, like, you know what I mean? And
because they all were in Florida.
I would have never did that. I mean, I respectfully.
I was one of those.
And that's another thing. Okay, yes, because Dwayne and Mitch were in Florida, and maybe it was Mason too. I'm not sure. Right? So if you think all the things that happened prior to the draft, desperation. I mean, even though they had already signed Mitch, but keeping Mitch and all that stuff.
Yeah, it was March 17th. March 17th.
It wasn't that desperate. Like I said, you could have still called somebody like Cam Newton and somebody. I'd have gave somebody a shot. I mean, at that point, you talking about
that's
2 years
how
ago.
I know Dwayne Haskins was very much a part of that picture. And that breaks my heart because I know he was part of that QB picture for them.
I think he was going to ball out. He was going to ball out that year.
Yeah. So again, my question goes back to, out of that free agency quarterback class, who was the most successful?
Jameis.
Oh, what? This is 23. So that you talking about 21?
He's saying Winston. No, it's not Winston. I mean, technically, because he's still on the team, yes. But who? Because we had Mariota.
Mariota didn't play.
Yes, he did. He was in Atlanta.
But he played over Desmond.
Yes, he absolutely did.
He got a little burn. He came in after replacing somebody and then threw like full
no, Mariota started the season in Atlanta. Who else? I'm sorry, I'm drawing such a blank here. Because I remember having this list of guys, and Trubisky wasn't high on my list, but
Jacoby, was he one of them?
Because he ended up going to he was at the Browns. So he did have a successful season with the Browns, filling in for Deshaun those 11 games. So he could be a guy that you label.
That might be it for real.
Yeah, he might have had the most successful season as a free agent quarterback.
That
might be our answer.
Who?
That.
Hold on, I'm about to tell you.
Cam Newton, Jacoby.
Cam Newton played that year.
Had backups, like, because you got.
Is that the one when he went to Carolina again? No,
that was when he went to the Patriots.
That wasn't the same year, was it?
We talking about 22, right? I mean 23, right? No, 22.
21.
21?
Because Ryan Fitzpatrick retired.
22 going into 23.
Cam was washed.
22 going into 23.
2022 going into 23.
Yeah, because this was Mitch's second year. So so the 20 for the 22 seasons, what free agent quarterback, 22-23 season, what free agent quarterback had the most successful year? And I think it might have been Jacoby Brissett. Teddy Bridgewater didn't do good.
I'm say Bridgewater, Geno Smith didn't do bad.
Geno Smith?
Yeah, Geno. That was Geno. Yeah, so it might be Geno. It might be Geno.
Well, we know he was on course too much.
Like,
yeah,
Geno got opportunity to start. How many other guys got opportunities to start outside of him and
Mariota? Jacoby Brissett?
I think Nick
Foles
was still out there.
That you call a starter today. Because, like, the way I'm looking at it, like, I would take Geno off of that because he's, like, the certified starter for, you know what I mean, Seattle right now. But I don't know how y'all looking at it.
And Russell Wilson was a trade, right? He wasn't a free agent, or was he a free agent?
I think it was a trade.
Yeah,
was he a free agent? Free agent or a trade? I can't remember.
He was traded.
Okay.
Tyrod was still out there. That's your man. She like Tyrod.
Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
That was his first year in New York last year, but he didn't start. However, this year he did start some games. So I don't know how you would rate his success. Because he didn't really play last year.
Josh Dobbs had some type of play. And granted, it wasn't on just the Browns. It was all over the place. If you combine the years, but
yeah,
Cardinals,
okay.
Vikings.
I'm looking at this. I mean,
I was gonna say out of this list, we I think it'd be a consensus to say Geno probably had the best.
Geno, and then Jacoby.
Jacoby, yeah.
Okay. So I just wanted to know, like, out of all the people that were available, and because Watson was also available, right? That was a thing. But we weren't touching him.
Oh yeah, wasn't nobody touching him.
Yeah, we
They
weren't
say
touching
even
him.
Joe Flacco was out there.
Nah, it was people
No, he
touching.
was with the Jets. He was with the Jets, right?
People was
I
touching.
think he had just resigned.
Okay, yeah, it's like he was with the Jets. Okay, yeah, so I
Yeah.
guess he was a free agent, but yeah, he didn't have a good season with the Jets at all.
No.
And I'm just
Yeah, but
I'm just running through
nobody
again.
else on that list I would have took a shot with.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Sorry, we kind of went down a rabbit hole, but I really wanted to kind of think about that. Like, who were the guys out of that pool that were successful, and there weren't many. So, you know, okay, I guess like who would you have picked out of that pool that was available to pay the same amount of money for, and think you would have gotten better results?
I think you, like I said, Gino, and you would have had to pay less. You could have paid less for Gino, and then even maybe a Tyrod Taylor, you could have paid less and got a bit of success just because of athleticism. Maybe not so much as like having to be that guy, because I think that's where we fell short with Kenny. I think a lot of was throwing him at when he first got in the league. And I mean, like he made it work toward the end of the year because he was able to kind of, backyard football it, and call his own plays and what I'm saying, do the 2-minute hurry up offense. And it worked for him. But
I'm gonna tell you right now, if Geno Smith came to Pittsburgh, they would not have been happy.
Say it again.
But Monsoon said Brissett over Geno. They would not have been happy having Geno Smith come up there. I mean, I would have been happy if he, was successful, but they would not have been happy seeing him walk through those doors.
Geno was a surprise, wasn't he? No one expected him to do what he did. That's why he had that whole "I keep receipts" or whatever shit after the game.
Right, I ain't right back.
Yeah.
He ain't right back. Well, good for him though. I'm happy for him.
So,
this year we find ourselves kind of back in that situation though, right? The list of quarterbacks is growing. There's like betting of who's gonna go to Pittsburgh. I think Justin Fields is at the top of the list. So we got every day it's another guy. Even Aaron Rodgers was on our list. Wasn't Aaron Rodgers was one of those guys back when Mitch.
They was flirting around talking about it because I think it was like a moment where
maybe Aaron Rodgers is the most successful free agent.
Shit.
Okay. But he ended up signing to Green Bay. Okay. Right. We got Justin Fields, and I'm going down the list and we could talk about this. Justin Fields, of course, Russell Wilson, all the glory that Chad Ochocinco is spreading about his birdie news. Kirk Cousins. Of course, re-signing Mason Rudolph.
Right.
Who else? I'm missing somebody.
For this year?
Yeah, who am I missing? Kirk Cousins, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields.
They was talking about Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Ryan Tannehill. That's the one I have dreams about. I have dreams about. I wake up and it's gonna be Tannehill in Pittsburgh. Yes,
they got Tannehill. Sam Darnold. I heard Sam Darnold. I heard Sam Darnold's name mentioned.
Whoa.
Yeah. Tyler Huntley.
Heard his name. I would take a shot on Tyler Huntley though.
Look at him smiling. He's like, I like Tyler Huntley.
I would take a shot on Little Snoop.
Little Snoop.
Wrong dude.
Tyler Huntley is a free agent. I think Tyrod might be available again.
Tyrod Taylor. I got a list right in front of me.
Okay.
Trying something new. We have Sam Darnold. We have Joshua Dobbs, Tyler Huntley, Marcus Mariota, Mason Rudolph, of course. Drew Lock,
He's still around.
Tyler. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in. He was with Seattle, right?
Yep.
Oh, he did have some games, and then the next game,
Yep. We got Joe Flacco. We have my
he,
man Jameis Winston. Carson Wentz. He's still
Carson
here.
Wentz.
Carson stay with a job Wentz. Carson gonna get a job. Crazy.
Carson Wentz.
We got Jacoby Brissett, Gardner Minshew, Ryan Tannehill, Baker Mayfield, and Kirk Cousins.
I'm surprised the Baker Mayfield conversation has not projected itself into Pittsburgh.
I'm not.
I think the
Brown.
signing
I just know he probably gonna cost a little bit of money
Buccaneers.
Hell yeah.
because he had a successful year in the NFC. But this ain't the NFC, baby. This ain't the NFC. But anyway,
Yeah, he bounced around. I think he was on what 3 teams in 4 years? No, 4. No, he was on 4 teams in 3 years.
yeah, because he
was on the Browns,
to the Rams.
Yep.
The Rams, the Panthers, and now the Browns.
Carolina to LA, and then
he's projected to make 25 to 30 mil.
Yeah, I seen that. They were trying to
he's
give him
not sorry. Okay, out of the 4 we named, give me your 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you got Kirk Cousins, Russell Wilson, Tannehill, and Justin Fields. So I'm gonna side with you, J-Rock. Give me your 4.
You already know how I'm rocking.
Give me your 1, 2, 3, and 4. I know Justin Fields number 1.
Justin Fields, and then I'm gonna go honorable mention. I'm gonna go a little sneak, Tyler Huntley.
Okay, Tyler Huntley is your number.
Tyler Huntley and Justin Fields.
That's it. You ain't got a 3 or 4.
I mean, well, I didn't know how deep we was going. I was just trying to fill the room.
You gotta give me 4. Like
in that order. Okay. I'm gonna go Fields, Huntley, Tannehill, Cousins. I'm gonna go Cousins last.
I really think the Steelers like Cousins, by the way. I don't
know why.
think they like the price tag.
I don't know
I think
why.
they do. It's just he gonna cost too much. Go ahead, Dex.
I'm on Fields. It's the same list. I don't want no Kirk Cousins. He costs too much and he old. And he don't have an arm. He can't throw no. He can't throw. He could never throw to me. When it was up against him and Eddie Murphy. Him and Eddie Murphy, you know, his arm was like a noodle compared to him. What's his guy name? I'm calling him Eddie Murphy.
I'm like, who is Eddie Murphy?
Eddie Murphy played for the Commanders. They got drafted the same year, 1 and 2.
You're not talking about RG3.
RG3, yes.
Don't call him out Eddie Murphy though. Yo,
Eddie Murphy right there.
like who is you talking about?
Eddie Murphy. Okay, I'm gonna let you.
He don't look like Eddie Murphy.
I can't.
Put him side to side right now in your mind, exactly. But that's my fault.
I'm not fooling with you. Eddie Murphy, RG3, call it. No, people in the comments are saying no, they don't look alike. Okay, so Kurt, you didn't. Who you had? Justin and who else?
I had the same order Jay had. Justin. Who's your second one? You said?
He said.
I said Huntley.
You want Huntley?
Oh, you threw Huntley?
I said Fields, Huntley. Fields, Huntley, Tannehill. And
I would go, and not just because I'm rooting for him. I really like his game. I would go Fields, Jameis, Tannehill.
He's in love with Jameis.
He's nice. I'm trying to get that boy a shot. He grew. He matured. And and Kurt, because you said we had to. That was out of the 4. Kurt, yeah. But I feel like the other 3 are just like not even competition. It's just like they're just there for pick. Like if we really want Pickett, you know, I feel like Justin's the only one really going to push, and everybody will be okay if he takes over the starting role. Everybody else is just competition. But Pickett don't learn nothing from nobody. What you learn from nothing?
God,
You know,
oh Lord, have mercy.
to
Go
stay
ahead,
emotional.
go ahead, Kev.
All right, my four. One, Justin Fields. He's spring chicken. Bring him in. Mike Tomlin, that's his type of guy. You got to think Mike Tomlin had the plan for Mike Vick 2 times a year. Do your homework on that. So you already know he loves that type of player. Two, Mason Rudolph, man. Saw how he played with the guys, and the guys love him. Got to bring him back. Number three, Josh Dobbs. The dude can pick up any playbook anytime. He's the new Charlie Batch. You feel me? So bring him back. And four, I'll say his name. I'll say Tannehill just because, you feel me, he can teach whoever's starting about Arthur Smith
That's
and
fine.
way to do things.
Yeah.
But
So this
would
is
you bring
weird for
Joshua
me.
Dobbs in to start?
Nah.
No,
No.
not. This is nothing against Joshua Dobbs. I just don't think that would be the approach. Like, I don't think that would be the strategy for bringing in Joshua Dobbs. But this is not my wish list. This is more of what I think the Pittsburgh Steelers would do. Just so my hopes don't get too high.
Afterwards, can we get your wish list? Can
Like,
we get your
my
full?
wish list? Like, it's so crazy because like my wish list is weird because it's like, okay, yeah, Justin, but it is my wish list battles the reality of what I'm dealing with. So I don't even feel like pie in the sky because I know this organization and I know how deep they reach and how they purse. So it just don't even make sense for me to be like, I want Justin Fields, but I'm like, are they gonna pay this man? Are they gonna pay him with the, what are they gonna do?
They got 2 years.
Are they really going to shatter Kenny's dreams? Are they gonna do like it's so much? It's so much that are they gonna do that? And are they going to use him are they going to trade him or whatever? Like, it's so much.
They better do something because then people up in Pittsburgh ain't playing with them.
Yeah, there's so much strategy into a list for me that I just kind of think about what would they do. That way, my feelings ain't hurt based off of what I want. And y'all, and none of y'all said Russell Wilson. No. And to me, again, I've said this before. He's literally the affordable quarterback. He's on sale. He's on clearance. They didn't put about 3, 4, 5 red stickers on the back of Russell Wilson and said, marking them down. We marking them down again. Somebody come and get it. And Russell Wilson
now let me ask you this. If you seen that in the parking lot, you gonna buy it?
I'm just telling you I'm telling you the price is right. I'm not saying that
cheap ain't always good.
One that could come in here and lead this team to a Super Bowl. I'm saying the price is too good for Omar Khan to just be like, nah, we ain't touching that. They probably over there like, yeah, we could get him and we could do this with that money and we could, we could finesse this and that. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I got my Pittsburgh Steeler franchise front office hat on. That's all.
Co-sounding like this right now. When them eyes get like this, we do not care. We do not care. When them eyes get the bulging, I seen him. He looked different at the end of the year.
I'm telling you. Listen, he is cheap. He's cheap. He got experience. You know how they throw this experience thing out there. Do not be hurt. Do not be surprised if it happens. I will not be. I will not be shocked. Kirk Cousins, I think they like him. I don't think they like the price tag. Don't be surprised.
Y'all like what y'all saw from Russell Wilson last couple of
I don't know that I like what I saw from Russell Wilson, but I also don't know if I like what the system that he had. And
ashes last year in Seattle, so it carried over.
Yeah, so I don't know. But if Russell Wilson were to come on here and sit on the bench, I can't say I would be mad at it.
He won't be mad.
I'm not gonna be mad at it. I'm not gonna
He
be mad.
won't be mad.
And I'm not mad on it because I can't get it out of my head that he's an affordable quarterback. I can't get it out of my head. I just cannot.
I wouldn't even bother him just to come over here and sit on the bench. Don't just go ahead
Don't
and
even bother.
enjoy your little feature.
Russ is soft. He's too soft for us.
Denver gonna have to cough up that money for him, and Pittsburgh is like, we might get spend less and get a little more. Mason Rudolph, I love what he did last year. I love how he brought these guys together. Essentially, they need two quarterbacks. There's only one quarterback on the roster. So all those articles about there is division or talking about who is going to be the quarterback between Kenny and Mason, it's only one quarterback on the roster, and that is Kenny Pickett. So saying that there's division between Mason and Kenny when one guy don't even have a contract don't make sense to me. So just like I know that it's slow season, and then guys have to put people. So there's women that write articles too. People have to put out articles to get traction and get views. I just don't believe that there's all this friction in the front office about a quarterback that's not even on the roster. Now, if you want to talk about what we offer a Mason, that's a different conversation. Maybe there could be some dysfunction as far as what do we offer Mason? What's a good number for Mason based off of what he contributed to the team? And how do you combat all the other offers he may be receiving? That's a conversation. But you telling me that there's an internal battle about who should be quarterback 1 and 2 with a guy that you don't even have on the contract? That don't make sense.
And not the only had to contend with what you would be battling with other teams as far as like how much you would get paid. Like look at how much you was willing to pay Mr. Trubisky to essentially come in and back up. So like, that'd be kind of like a slap in the face to get that man the league minimum or just something just above it,
Yeah, I don't know what that number looks like.
He made $1 million last
year. They saved right under $13 million letting the 3 guys go that went.
Yeah.
And look, I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all can sign Brad Wing. I'm cool with signing Brad Wing as at the punter position if you want to save $1. I'm cool. I think he filled in. He did a good job. I don't think you need to go out and pay nobody crazy unless you want to draft a guy. But I'm cool with signing Brad Wing at the punter position. Bring in maybe an undrafted guy, bring in Brad Wing in camp, and figure that out. But Mitch money can go to Mason if he's willing to accept it. But you got to understand, he got film out there. He's been successful. There's other teams that's going to throw some money at him.
Do we know that for sure?
Yeah.
And then realistically, you're comparing what? When did he get drafted? 2018, 2019? You comparing those stats that he had from then. I think he didn't play all of last year. And then came in and the only other tape that you have is the last 4 games of the season.
I said that's all we really have.
So really, that's the highlight of your. Then that's really the highlight.
Daniel Jones got paid. Daniel Jones got paid.
They drafted him.
Daniel Jones got paid. Kyler Murray got paid. Who else got paid?
Oh, Murray, shit.
Who else got paid? Anyway, I'm just gonna go back to Daniel Jones got paid. Okay.
I think even to compare those quarterbacks,
come on now.
I think even to compare those quarterbacks, they had significantly better seasons than Mason has had in his whole tenure. And like I said, when you really think about the best that he's done, he's had a good games this year in 2019, 2020, but the highlight of his career was the last 4 games of the season.
Mm-hmm. And that's all you need. What have you done for
me? Right? Pick that up? Because it ain't too many teams that's going to look at those 4 games and say, "Yo, he's our guy."
Well, I mean, we'll bring him in. They're gonna be. Come on, y'all. Come on now.
I don't think so.
I'll go back to Pittsburgh. Like, if not, you're going to go back to the couch you was on, bro.
Let me tell you something. There are teams that are going to look at that, especially what a lot of teams went through in a backup quarterback. And you telling me you could go out there and win me how many games? Come on. A lot of teams had to go to their backup quarterback this season. Look at the Raiders. They gotta get a whole new quarterback room as well.
Yeah, they
Like
put that situation.
y'all
Same thing
tripping. Look at New England. Like y'all tripping if you think teams are not going to be looking at them and seeing what they went through quarterback 1, 2, and sometimes 3.
Oh no, I'm not. I don't think he's not going to get a job. I definitely think
that's why I'm starting.
It don't have to be started. It don't have to be started because he's not guaranteed to start here, right? This is going to be a battle. You don't know who they're picking up, and God forbid, Penix Jr. fall to 20 or the second round. That's my pie in the sky wish.
Don't do it. You talking about killing Kenny Eagle? That's gonna kill Kenny Eagle.
That's my pie in the sky. Y'all want to know my wish list? It's him. He's on my wish list. I want him. I want him on the Pittsburgh Steelers. His IQ. Just listen to that one clip where he was just talking about it. Like that is my IQ. Please don't say Mac Jones to Pittsburgh. Please don't put that in the
what?
Mac Jones.
Please don't put Mac Jones in the atmosphere. I don't want to see that. It's giving me Trubisky 2.0, and I don't want to see. I don't want no Alabama quarterback.
Yeah, nah.
Unless it's Jalen. I think Jalen Hurts. He thought he was coming to Pittsburgh. Remember?
I don't want him, man. He a great leader, but nah, man. I saw how the Eagles played this year.
Yeah, he's a system quarterback.
Look, and I understand everybody. Michael Penix, I'll take it. Bring it. Monson said he got an injury history. I don't know his injury history, but that's my pie in the sky.
Who?
All right, so what's your list? You said Penix. Penix will be the number one. No. You said Russ. You said Russ at first.
No. That's what I think the Steelers will do. It's not on my list. But I think the Steelers will do Russ, Kirk Cousins, Ryan Tannehill, and then maybe Justin Fields. Like I still feel Justin Fields is out of the reach, but I would prefer Justin Fields over Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins, and Ryan Tannehill. Okay. I think Mason, they're gonna have a conversation with Mason regardless. It's just gonna be whether Mason wants to stay and accept whatever they give him or not. So
why do you think Justin is out of reach?
Because of the long-term commitment, like the money that he's gonna want. That's all.
We got to pay some money.
Well, that's what I say. I think he got 2 years, right? I mean, he got
2 years, but the price just keeps going up and up and up.
Yeah,
so
but I mean,
that's the only thing. A lot of their money is on the defensive side of the ball. I like the youth. I like the mobility factor. I love a lot of the attributes about Justin Fields, and I know that is something that Mike Tomlin has always said that he wanted in a quarterback. So I love that. I'm not convinced it's going to happen. And if they're truly about winning now, then they would kind of look at that. But if they are worried about Kenny and any type of emotions, the ego, or anything like that.
Tomlin eyes is big. He ain't worried about Kenny. He in this stage right now.
Why
we do not care. That's
why he keep doing that.
When them eyes get big, he don't care. He don't care about Kenny. He gonna be like, compete. That's what you know, Tomlin. You want to start? You QB1 because you're the only one on the roster. You want to get some competition. You want to compete. Simple. I don't think he care. I think he's tired of losing. Not losing, but he's tired of just making it. And we do always take care of the defensive side of the ball, but it's trying to spend some money on the offense, and I think that's okay.
I personally think that they would do Kenny a disservice if they don't go get Fields.
Yeah.
This league is a league where though you can get replaced just like that by anybody. Whoever's playing better, whoever has the potential to play better, they're gonna try their hand, and this year could be a year, and next year you might not even have a job. So I think it would behoove them to put that fire up under Kenny to go get his stuff together and start getting right. and start showing what he can do, as opposed to kind of just resting in his laurels and thinking that he got the starting quarterback, job in the bag, just because at this point he's the only quarterback on the team.
Somebody got to be backup. Somebody got to be a backup. And for me, I really do like Justin Fields. I don't want to come off like, oh, I don't want Justin on the team. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just again using the realistic Steelers hat here, and I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I did see Penix has had 2 torn ACLs and 2 shoulder injuries.
Word.
I know about the ACLs. I ain't know about the shoulder surgery.
No, injuries. He didn't say surgeries. He said injuries. Sorry. That's from Ken. So yeah, I don't know. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I'm not dry. I'm not.
Again, y'all, I'm not the biggest college follower, so this is good information for me.
Yeah, he had 2 ACLs. DeAndre Moore said something that was very. I definitely agree with him. And that just says KP is emotional. He's emotional. It's not. I don't think he has a competitive fire. I think he's emotional.
I don't know about all that. I gotta see more emotional situations. I did see him beat the Ravens and the Raiders back-to-back games. You feel me? If he was extra emotional, we would have lost those games. So I don't know too much about that.
I mean, he did have a good. I did appreciate Kenny's towards the end of last season, like the Raiders game, the comeback games, right? The Ravens game, the Raiders games. He showed you. I think he showed a lot of us good potential. I don't know. I don't know what happens. I know the season, him not being able to play at the end, even if he was healthy. Even being healthy or cleared or whatever it may be, spoke volumes, right? And I worry about the team. I worry about the locker room. So there may be locker room things that are going on amongst the teammates. Like, man, I really hope that Mason comes back, and because we were really in a groove. We were getting the ball. The running backs were doing their thing. The receivers were getting the ball when they needed to be getting the ball. So I think that there may be some conversations there, but I don't know. I don't know how you if you're worried about Kenny's ego or his feelings. I don't know. I don't know what you do.
Yeah, that's crazy. This ain't coming at you, Dex, at all. But I'm noticing this shit a lot. Like this year, people are invested in how these people feel, like their emotions and all that. I'm like, yo, what happened to the game I love? Like, what happened to the people on the field? Why do we care how these people talk? Why do we care how they walk? Why do we care what they post? Like, yo, what are they doing on the field? You feel me? I'm just hearing a whole lot of that type.
We're in a different time.
Bro, I agree.
Like, it's crazy. It's like, yo, we don't even need to be talking about that. Like, I don't talk about that. I don't care about none of that. You feel me? At the end of the day, we watching the game. You feel me? You want to be entertained by the other stuff? Go ahead. But don't get extra mad when they don't move how you want them to move. Like, that's kind of insane on the fans' part. You feel me? But, I just thought about that just now. It ain't got nothing to do with you, Dex. But
No, I know. And I definitely agree. Like, it's too much caught up in the emotions. That's what I mean. Like, when I say someone's emotional, I mean, like, bro, just don't say nothing and play. You get what I'm saying? If it ain't your time, it ain't your time. You're going to get your turn eventually, if not here, somewhere else. But we don't need to see it.
Or not at all. We do that in NFL too. You feel me? That average years is 2 years still. So it's like some of these guys are not going to get another chance. You feel me? Like,
I feel like KP was I don't know if this was said. I feel like he was a panic pick. I feel like he was a panic pick.
I can give you that.
I mean, Mitch too.
Yeah, panic picks.
I feel like that was those were and still he was a panic pick. And then also I cannot unwrap my mind about the reality of Dwayne Haskins, because I really think
I told you. I forgot.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Dwayne Haskins. And the way that Coach Tomlin spoke about him, and just like the way it appeared his maturity level was going, and even the way that he threw the ball, I just thought was
Cannon.
Just it was just like effortlessly strong. And I just can't, and so that's why I feel like there was desperation and panic in some of these decisions going into that season without Ben. So even though that Mitchell Trubisky decision was made prior to, but if you think high on Dwayne Haskins, do you still pay Mitch all that money? I still can't really wrap my mind around paying Mitch all that money unless they're like, well, we paid Ben this, so this is pennies compared to what we were paying Ben. But I just still can't wrap my mind around them paying Mitch the money that they paid him. So sorry. I'm in there and
I think Pittsburgh's still giving him like $5 million, ain't he?
I blame Buffalo for all that money Mitch got, man. Because Buffalo was talking Mitch up like he was the second coming. Oh, he learned his lesson. He about to ball out for his next team. Sean McDermott was like great for the Steelers. Josh Allen even said, "Yo, he's gonna be great."
What you gonna think they doing for Mason? He got four wins. He got 4 wins on us, but what you think that if I'm Mason's agent, I'm like, look, this guy has sat behind Ben Roethlisberger, Kenny Pickett. He knows how to win football games. Look what he did. I'm gassing the mess out of Mason, and we getting $4 to $5 million guaranteed.
Look, if I'm on the other side of the table with Mason, I'm
guaranteed him.
We only got 4 games. Just saying that you were good.
Look what he did. This team hasn't had over 30 points in years. Look what my man did.
Damn, you was drafted in 2018?
We're gonna get you an agent hat.
Get him all. Should have been an agent. I'm not lying. I should have. If I would have known about that particular career, I should have been an agent.
Hey, I say Buffalo did to us what we did to the Bears.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. The Bears is like, y'all gonna have to run us y'all gonna have to give us the 20 because y'all done robbed us with Claypool.
Thanks.
Shout out to Joey Porter Jr.
APJ made the all rookie team this year.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he was also nominated for Defensive Rookie of the Year. At the honors, and shout out to Cam, who actually finally won Walter Payton Man of the Year at the honors.
Yeah, that's like his Super Bowl for real.
Took forever. 5 nominations.
Bad long.
5 nominations. He does a lot. Like, it's one thing to be like, oh, you have a foundation, but like Cam does a lot with his foundation. So shout out to them and the whole Hayward house, because it's like, he's the face, but it's a team behind that, and it's his mom and everybody behind that. They do a lot of amazing stuff, especially in Pittsburgh. So shout out to him. But I think so. Outside of Penix Jr., who are some of the guys? I know some of the guys in the chat said Rattler and who?
I forgot about. I feel like Rattler been in college for like 10 years.
Rattler and who's the other guy?
Bo Nix.
Travis.
Bo Nix is another one.
Yeah, I can't speak to none of this. I don't
know Travis. Last name Travis. I don't know where he's from. And then, Ken said he loved Najee's reaction to Myles Garrett getting the award. I was pissed. I was like, what? But that's why TJ didn't even show up. TJ knew what it was.
Yeah.
Shout out to TJ.
And then he acted like he deserved it. That was pissing me off.
That's another thing about the NFL is like, yo, y'all really, really a narrative-based league now. Like, the whole year, who they pumping up? Myles Garrett. They say, yo, it's his turn. But
and they gave the coach of the year.
That's more crazy. I'm like, yo, what did the Browns do that was better than Houston?
Right.
And Houston whooped them. Whooped them.
Crazy, son. Like that was
Oh, they
145.
closed for a quarterback. That's what they did.
I
But anyway,
had a lot of Browns trying to convince me. Oh yeah, Myles Garrett won it because he was superior in pass defensive rush rate.
they were
And
telling you stats that makes no real
yeah,
sense.
like PFF stuff. These are stuff that like emotion based stuff that you can like.
They was pulling out LeBron
that,
stats, yo. Like the old LeBron stats, like ESPN.
the analytics of the statistics. The
you know, I was
statistics
gonna
and the
put this up
analytics
here.
are two different things, yo.
Yeah, they was.
And so this is the. I'm gonna put this down for a second. We're gonna get to that quote, that comment in a second. I did not understand comeback player of the year because everybody, like hands down, was like, "Oh my gosh, Damar Hamlin, he's winning comeback player of the year." And then, like I posed the question. I was just like, "Okay, what if he doesn't? Like, what if he does not get comeback player of the year? Are we talking? Baker Mayfield, or are we talking Joe Flacco, right?" And everybody was like, no, there's no way Damar's winning it. Damar's winning comeback player of the year. He literally died on the field. He's comeback player of the year. And they give it to Joe Flacco.
Because he literally came
When
back.
did Joe Flacco get signed?
Like week
I'm about to say it had to
15.
be in there.
Like
It was
past
like
the
week
midway season. I mean,
Yeah, it was
middle
like-
season.
What's
He
the
was in double
minimum?
digits, sure.
What's the minimum games to be eligible for an award? Like that's
I don't know.
obviously they don't matter.
yeah, because TJ ain't win Defensive Player of the Year.
I
Like
think he played the week after we played them. He played that next week, I think.
I'm about to say I know it was sometime after they played the Ravens because that's when
Yeah, so they played us with DTR, and we lost the DTR. And I think Flacco maybe started after that next week, or maybe.
that's crazy to give him that though. And they got cracked. And then like one of those 2 games, I think he threw like 3 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns, but he had like 2 or 3 picks in the same game. It's like,
They
yo,
should have lost to the Bears. They should have lost to Justin Fields. They
like,
should have lost to Justin Fields, and
they should have lost to Houston the first time, but they didn't have CJ Stroud.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, don't bogus, man, this year.
Yeah. So I do believe to have a complete body of work. If you were going to base it off that, then it should have probably went to Baker Mayfield. But like if we were just basing it off the narrative, and that's what I thought, like, yeah, the narrative is going to win here. You guys are right. Damar Hamlin's going to win the award. To even bring him, like to nominate him, and to not, it don't make sense. It didn't make sense to me. Why are you bringing this man here and not even going to give him the award and base it off of someone's play?
And they didn't even pick the right person based off play.
Yes,
Like,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, Baker Mayfield played the whole season and got his team to the playoffs. Like, what are we doing?
he probably played more games than Joe this year.
Yes,
like I missed a lot of games, but
and you gonna make Damar Hamlin sit there and thank you for coming, Ken. You gonna make Damar Hamlin sit there, not give him the award, base it off of guys that actually played substantial minutes, and I think it's stupid.
the NFL got to do some soul searching, man, because it's not entertainment.
Thanks for coming through, Ken.
It's drama.
And so I'm going to go back to being my normal messy self. So are Steelers fans convinced that it wasn't Canada now? No, they're not.
I don't know. That's still Canada system that we
Still Canada. That's why we're still suffering.
Since Canada's first year,
It was Canada.
it's been a problem. We got
They're
enough.
not over it. They're not Canada dried out yet. So we'll see. I feel like I kept y'all for a long time tonight. I'm sorry.
It's all good. Situation right now. You feel me? I ain't gonna get all the way into it, but you have my situation helping time pass. So this was a goodie.
Hey, we got it. Is there anything else that we need to cover? I'm trying to think.
Well, he was a former Steeler. I don't know. Did we talk? I don't think so. Le'Veon.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Oh,
Bring my boy back.
We did not talk Le'Veon. Le'Veon saying he's trying to come back.
I did hear that
He's in good shape, though.
Steelers are considering bringing him in just to see what he got. But how do y'all feel about Le'Veon being on the roster?
I think he's
Practice
smoking a
squad?
little too much weed. You feel me? He skill wise. I mean,
He gotta give.
nice.
He definitely would have to give up the weed.
Yeah,
Wow.
he gotta give up the
They
weed.
don't test for that no more. The NFL,
Yeah.
Oh, the NFL doesn't?
yeah,
Nah, we finished. That's
Yeah,
how Martavis got back.
Oh, I know the NBA did. I didn't know the NFL did too.
yeah, they gave
Yes,
up a
sir.
whole lot of rights just so they can smoke and play
Well,
ball.
I was like, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, the players was on some dummy shit with that. But, yeah,
A lot of that in Vegas. Cool. Word.
Le'Veon being back on the team, how y'all feel about it though?
I'm
If
cool. Like, bring him in practice. Bring him to. Would you want him to have a spot in Latrobe? Like, come to Latrobe and let me see how you.
Yes.
You're cool. I would love to see a reuniting Le'Veon and Latrobe. That would be dope. It's a good story. You're talking about narratives. That's a good story.
I would work him out and then try to put him in. I'm not sure. Well, I think the system that we run is we run a lot of 2 receiver, 2 tight end sets. So he probably wouldn't get in, offensively like that, on the ball. But I mean, like I said, give him a chance to come in. And if anything, I would let him get most of his burn at receiver. Because our running back room is tight now. We still got a rookie who are redshirted. You can call him a redshirt, but we drafted a guy last year from Morgan that I still want to see.
Oh yeah, Alfonso Graham. He got injured at camp.
Yeah, I still want to see him.
Bring my boy.
I seen him in Pittsburgh. We were in the same space, and I was like, dang, I know that guy. I just kept looking at him. I was like, I know it, but I couldn't think of who he was.
Yeah, I mean, personally, for me, I want to say just because
he's a local guy.
I was going to school while he was playing, so like I don't know if y'all know, but I went to Morgan State, so like I was actually going there while he played, and I film games. I did interviews and stuff on the field, so I mean, it's a little bit more personal to me. I just want to see what he got. Obviously, Pittsburgh drafted him for a reason, so. I just want to see
they could practice squad Le'Veon. Would y'all feel like if he actually, he could make a practice squad? How y'all feel about that? You think he would do that?
I like that. I just want Le'Veon around so he can teach Jalen Warren how to hang on to the ball. That's it. You feel me? If he can come in every now and then.
You think Jalen's not practicing that? You think Jalen's not working on that now?
He can work on it all he wants, but his technique ain't working. He gotta do something different. Tiki Barber, late in his career, had to switch it up.
Hot to the chest.
Never the game or too experienced to change something up. But Jalen do fumble. Like with it's raining outside, I'm skeptical. Like every time Jalen get the ball, I'm like, yo, he might cough this up. So
I want Le'Veon Bell back because he's still a special player. I mean, granted, he's been going 5 years.
But I mean, it's one thing to have him, but what are you trying to take away from him, right? As far what are you trying to take away from Najee and Jalen? Are you trying to take anything from them, or are you trying to just have him on the team to hold a spot? What do you?
What's my man name?
He's not going to be out there on special teams, or maybe he will. I don't know. He's not going to be running punt. So what is he? What's his role?
You run that rock.
You what?
Udonis Haslam.
He's gonna be out.
But I'm over here like, you what?
Teach the guys the way, man. Let's teach the guys the way, especially on offense. He was a part of the last successful Phillies offense. That's all I'm saying. So get these guys in line, man.
Imagine him teaching Najee how to see the hole.
That's what I'm thinking about. I know kids.
We want him for his knowledge.
For his knowledge, practice, the way he practiced, all that.
All of that. He practiced hard. That was the rumor around him. Him, Bell, and Brown, they was the hardest practice players. I mean, you know what I mean. Yeah, they practice really hard in practice, and I think Najee will benefit from that. Najee can't see. Najee is blind. He just big ball, just run forward, bump into people's backs. If it's open, Najee can't see. He has terrible running back vision.
Man.
So
But
do you
that's
think Najee?
personally, that's who I think that would benefit better. I think it would benefit Najee just because they both got the similar, physique. And I mean, Najee is not going to like run through the whole full speed. And if it's a thing to where though he need to see the hole open first, I think he would,
That patience. Remember
get better.
that patience that Le'Veon
Yeah,
had.
he would
Could you
get
teach
more
that?
tips on like how to be patient and then see a certain hole a certain type of way and then be able to burst through it as opposed to what he's doing now.
And
Okay, he
Le'Veon
could be
can
a
also.
practice squad guy and do that though.
Say it again.
He could be a practice squad guy and do that.
I agree.
I feel like he's
He
not
could
even
be an
trying to be funny.
intern. Like you want to be an intern. Like you could be an intern.
Nah,
Like,
I
do
think
you
he'll
want to
start
give
over
him a
Najee.
spot?
I think he'll play over Najee. Not even trying to be funny. I truly,
Over Najee? Nah, I think
yeah.
you digging a little
Wait,
bit.
y'all really think
Over
Najee that great of a running back?
Look, I
No,
just
seriously.
think Le'Veon is 5 years removed from real football.
You reaching here. You're just that's a reach.
Yeah, but look at the type of guy he is. Like he ain't never stopped moving.
I saw how he played with the Jets.
And the Chiefs.
He was still hurt.
He was still hurt.
His style
He's
wasn't
in good
even the
shape
same.
now.
His
He's
style
in
wasn't even the same.
Excellent shape now.
Yeah, he in great shape now. He boxing and all that, but it's still football.
He can teach
football
you how to be 6'1" and hide and back up. That's what he said. He said, because I follow him a lot. He was like, yo, my style, they try to duplicate it, but you really can't because he taught people what he did was hide in the back of linemen. And then he said when linemen be looking to where they think he want to go, that's when he bounce, to the opposite hole. Where they think the play is supposed to go, he'll hide behind the lineman and then go the opposite way. And even what's his name? Roosevelt Nix did an interview, was talking about that too. How that even helped him blocking. How they looking for him and he'll come through and blast, the linebacker or whoever's coming down while he's hiding behind linemen. They can't even see him, so it worked. Najee big ass need to learn how to hide.
Not hide.
He don't got
learn how to
his delivery.
he don't
That has this amazing
you can't
delivery.
teach that, but you gotta if he see it and maybe it'll rub off a little bit.
His mindset, but to do exactly that, Le'Veon had a gift. Like that was a God-given gift right there.
That patience.
Yeah, Tom is gonna be like, I need you to hide.
I don't
We
know.
do not care.
I'm on the fence about it. Giving up a roster spot for a guy that removed. I understand he's in good shape. I don't mind him coming in to Latrobe and doing that. So I'm open to that. Come to camp. Let's see how we bond and mix together and all that good. But that's Latrobe and C. Latrobe me and C. That's about it. That's all I got.
Latrobe.
And then that's still giving up a spot, to a young guy.
Give it up.
So I don't know. You got
it's a twofold mission because then he's going to push the O line to be better too. Because it need to work. Like the O line he was playing was the greatest in the league at that time,
And I look, I understand what y'all are saying. Like our offense is young and they need some veteran leadership. Like I had a conversation, or I kind of not eavesdropped. I had a conversation with B-Mac and Santonio Holmes, and I'm gonna put that out soon. And
that's dope.
Bruh, when I'm telling you, like just listening to them, and all of it's not on tape, but listening to what they had, I know it's missing. I know it's missing from this team. I ain't in the locker room with them, but I could tell from the way they talked about it. And I even talked to Rod Woodson, like the way he talked about it, and he was before them. Like I feel like some of that is missing from this team, and it's really, really young. And I'm not saying that Le'Veon Bell is the answer, but they are missing some leadership on offense.
Yeah, Le'Veon low key is a new.
Najee is a leader, but he doesn't. Nobody really has that old Steeler way. Like I feel like it just hadn't.
Not on offense, no.
Yeah. I just feel like it didn't get to carry over into this young offense. It just got so young so quickly Ben was like the last of the old. And once he got out of there, like, and that's still hard to replicate. Like you linemen need to, you need to be this and that. Like Pouncey probably was it. That when Pouncey walked out that building, a lot of the standard walked out with him on the offense. So that's tragic. So when I think of Le'Veon, I think of like you could get a glimpse of that back. But you just got a whole different young generation. And listening to those guys talk about the standard and talk about what it was like, I was like, dang, I know that's not there right now. And they gotta instill that. But anyway, I don't want to hold you guys too long. I know it's getting late. I just want to thank y'all for joining me. It's been a minute since we caught up. And I think that there's gonna be more. Every week there's gonna be something. So we'll be back. I might come back next week. We'll see what we got. We'll see what's on the horizon. I might come back next week and we could chop it up with the latest and greatest because I think some headlines will be happening here. And I have to tell my Tomlin story. I did run into Coach Tomlin at the honors. I did see him at Minka's thing too, but talked to him about the honors, and it was so funny. J-O-K, because I be calling him JKO, but it's J-O-K. From Cleveland. Y'all know him, right? Linebacker, Jeremiah. He's also from the 757.
The best dressed man in the NFL.
Right. Yes. GQ has voted him that. It's so funny because I interacted with him because he's also from the 757. He went to Bethel High School in Hampton, if y'all are familiar with in Virginia. And so I asked him like his top 5, like who are your top 5 people from the 757? And of course he had AI because AI went to Bethel. He had Michael Vick. Is it Ronald Curry? I don't Curry? Yeah, Ronald Curry. And then he had Mike Tomlin on the list. So I made a little bit fun of him. I was like, yeah, of course, he better be on the list. Like we love to hear that as a Steelers person. And so it was a moment where I'm talking to Coach Tomlin and Jay, I'm about to call him JKO, JOK, walks by. And I'm like, hey. And mind you, I just seen him a couple days ago at the Pro Bowl. So I'm like, hey. And he kind of like gives me like the, hey, what's up? But I'm like, no. Come, come here. Like, you need to go you need to talk to him. Coach T right here. Like, literally, Coach T's like next. Is his wife and then him. And then I'm like, no, you need to come over here. You need to talk to him. This should just show 757 go right here. And so they have it. He's like, oh, he recognizes that he's standing there because he was like, boom, like walking past fast. And I caught him. And they had an exchange. And then I'm telling his wife, I was like, he's from, the 7572. He went to this school. We're just having this moment. And Tom was like, yeah, man, I like that kid. I like that dude. He's like, man, if he was there in the second round, I would have got him. He went there, So it was just like that moment of like being able to bring some guys from like the same area together and share. And then hear Tomlin say like, yo, I really like that kid. I would have got him if he was there. And I feel like that was true because you watch how he plays and I'm like, dang, he could have been a Steeler. Unfortunately, he's a Brown.
Your agent hat on again.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, if you watch him play, man.
Yeah, he's nice. He's fast. Oh man.
Yeah. Fast linebacker. Could have been a Steeler for sure. But whatever, he's still on his rookie deal. He might get some sense knocked into him. You know what I'm saying? You never know. All right. But I thought that was cool. That was a cool Tomlin moment. Just to hear him kind of just like, man, I like that kid, and just him do his Tomlin thing in that moment. But yeah, all good.
That's what's up.
Shout out to Coach T. And if
I might have to get your autograph, dude. You're a celebrity.
Right.
You be talking all the big wigs.
No.
She was moving.
You getting out there on all the red cups.
I'm gonna have to be her cameraman next time.
All right. Let us know. I'll hold the mic up like this.
No, but it's like little moments like that. I think you be like, yeah, it was cool. It was cool. And shout out to I do have a new friend. Me and Joku we cool, man. Be cool. We started off a little rough, but I think Njoku's a pretty cool dude, even though he's again wearing the wrong colors. Wrong
Right.
colors. I was also on my recruiting hat. Shout out to Jalen Johnson. How you doing, man?
There you go.
I was on my recruiting hat. I even I was like, Josh Allen, what's up? What's good? We had
There you
a
go.
little conversation. So
Now we need him too.
yeah, I was on the grind, y'all. I didn't all the content's not out, but I was on my grind. So trying to put us in the good graces of some of these players.
As you should.
All right. So but anyway, we'll talk. I'll see what's going on next week. And be sure I do a show on the Steel Curtain Network. It's called The Week That Was, and where I kind of rehash the things that kind of happened throughout the week, and which kind of helps me with this show a little bit. But I will post the link to The Week That Was. It's they have it on Apple. It's audio only right now, but I'll share that with y'all so you can listen, give me feedback, most importantly, because it's a short show, like 15 minutes or less or so. So I would love feedback. Let me know how it is, how you think I do, and if I should talk about more. All right. But thank y'all, Jay. If y'all everybody tell people where to follow you so they can follow you. I know you guys have your ads in there, but I want to give y'all time to shine.
I'll go last. I'm long-winded with it.
No, you good, man. All my platforms, IG, Facebook, X. I'm out here now. J Rock the Polymath, like you said on the screen.
Yeah, you can follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at BK Steelin Nation. Brooklyn
It's
Stand Up.
always
You already.
And it's just me. You feel me? Kev Easy. You can follow me everywhere at Kev Easy, KEVEZE, for those who don't spell well. You know, I don't judge. Still for 7 podcast is on a hiatus. The day after the draft, we back. But still content hopping on the YouTube. So make sure y'all follow that Stills for 7 podcast. Shout out to VSN, my VSN family. We growing like a mug. We all over the place. We all over the world. Turn up, turn up. But
love it. And the Monsoon that said, "What is the Steelers way? Any definitions?" I will put when I put the clips out there, we can have that conversation because I don't want to give it away about how they kind of described it. But like to them, every of the 3 older guys that I talked to, the standard is the standard was literally what they said. Like that was the mantra. It's like this, that's what it is. That's what it was, and that's what it is. So I'll leave it there with that. But thank y'all again for staying with me and coming on here and talking with me. And to be continued. We'll have more. We ain't going nowhere.
we gotta talk about Cam Hayward and his contract. We just gotta talk about it.
Oh yeah, he had surgery too. So
Yeah.
he had surgery on his groin. So yeah, we will talk about that. We'll get into that, and if he can save us a couple of coins, and if we're going to be looking to restructure anybody's contract, Pat Pete.
Absolutely.
No.
Get him out of here, man. Coach Pat P, assistant defensive corner coach Pat P. Get him out of here.
I thought he was going to be the next release. Pat P.
I was waiting.
I think they're going to save some money off of Pat P.
Yeah, restructure Levi Wallace. Yeah,
I was on his podcast talking crap to him. Get him out of here.
Yeah,
please.
Wow.
You too old. You got the knowledge, but your body ain't willing to do what your mind wants you to do.
Okay, y'all. Well,
making business decisions.
Yo.
We'll see what happens, y'all. But have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for staying up with me. And I'll holler at y'all later.
Absolutely.
Yo, D, I love your hair.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was like, put a little, y'all don't usually do this, but different occasion.
Okay.
I told you, boy, she done went out there with all them superstars in Hollywood. Trying to tell you
some secrets, yeah.
Look,
I'm here for it.
This is the formal audition. This is the formal try and get on the team now. Dex said he'd be a cameraman. I told you now. I'll be the mic man, producer,
I ride out with you. I do audio.
I got a degree in journalism, so I can write, I can produce, I can edit, I can do all
I love it. We gonna climb this mountain together. We got this, y'all.
Chop it up.
I
2
am
years
one
production.
person. I ain't nobody.
That's why now you 2 people now. You 3 people now.
Already.
We got this, y'all. I couldn't do this show without y'all, so I appreciate y'all. So thank you.
Hey,
so don't think that you not a part of this. You
teamwork made the dream work, right?
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Absolutely. I appreciate y'all. Okay, for real, we leaving y'all.
Already. Have a seat.